Okay, policies. The purpose of this short video is to outline the way forward for our policies from September 2013 onwards. As it stands across both schools, policies exist that are similar, that are different. Some are lengthy, some are short, some are very comprehensive, and some just kind of zoom straight in on the facts. And what we need to do is have a kind of one-size-fits-all moving forward. What I've designed here is a document that leans very much on the Quigley skills, focuses on a more of a less is more approach, and offers a kind of way of signposting someone who's new to the position or just wants a bit of information on a particular subject, where to go and how to do it. So you should hopefully all have documents that look like this in front of you. It's in the sort of now familiar layout style. The first page here is very much about the introduction, about how it works, objectives. Down here is a bit of a kind of subject map, or a curriculum map rather, for where that particular subject will go. Over here we've got the Quigley skills, and on the back, and I'll go into all these things in a bit more details, is a resource guide for you. In terms of the Quigley itself, there's two key books that I'd like you to have a little look at tonight. We've got this one here, Key Skills, as it says on the front, and for everything from literacy to ICT all the way down to history, geography and citizenship, there's a skills map laid out in a very nice and neat fashion. I've taken this detail and transferred onto each separate policy for each one of those separate subjects. So if you're wondering where the key skills have come from, it's come from this book here, the Quigley Key Skills. And married neatly to this as well is the Quigley Key Indicators of Progress. And the real value in this book is for different subjects here, science, life processes, level 5. It gives you good examples of what a level 5 piece of work should look like. So if I kind of zoom through the science, we've got stuff here for art and ICT, what a level 1 piece of drawing I guess should look like, D&T and so on. And you kind of get the flavour of how that book works. So between these two documents form the basis of our policy. Okay, so the vision is that the majority of policies will have the same format in the look and feel. They'll all have this introduction piece up here, and what you'll need to do is anything that's in red in your particular policy you'll need to adapt to make it relevant to your subject. It's easy for the first bit, you just need to insert your own subject here, but what I thought made most sense is a lot of policies reproduce for example, things from the teaching and learning or the looked after children policies. Rather than actually duplicating that in a second document, it makes sense to kind of just signpost people. So for example, here we make reference to the learning and teaching policy. That's not yet finalised, but will be shortly. Likewise with the assessment and monitoring, it's just a quick way of saying to someone, if you want to find out about that, that's where it lives, rather than repeating it in the same, in a particular subject's policy. Down here, the objectives are kind of split into two parts. It's mandatory to do obviously the national curriculum objectives, what they call the breadth of study, and that can be found here. Also got one eye on the future, that in 2014 it's most likely that well, it's going to change anyway. So the best point of call now is just to reference people over here, and they can find out anything in particular about that particular subject. And what the other thing I want you to do tonight is down here you can see in red all the different subjects that may be covered over a particular curriculum. Here I've kind of used some history examples, and they are a bit loose, so please don't give them any kind of proper attention. But it's a way of saying, from reception all the way up to year 6, this is a map for people to get a look and feel for what's going to be covered. It should hopefully avoid any duplication, and it should also allow okay, and the last piece of the policy is these resource learning aids. And the thinking behind this is if, say for example, you're new to the post and you want to have a quick way to give staff an idea of what they need to teach and where they can find stuff, you can refer to it here. So for example, I've signposted people to the key level indicators of progress, which was this rather nice document here, and also obviously our friend Edison. And I've just popped in some other ones here, just for example's sake, BBC History, and so on. Over here, it's kind of ramped up a little bit in terms of must use, should use, and could use. So if you're that subject leader, you're thinking, I want everyone to make sure they make reference to Quigley or Edison tick that box. If you think something down here, for example, what have we got here? This is something to do with AstraZeneca. That's from science, which is quite a powerful piece of powerful learning tool that you might want people to use. You could tick it in the you should use this box. And for example, if you want people to have a little dabble with Mantle of the Expert, you could put it down in the could use box. So again, this is the final piece of the jigsaw that I need you to complete, and you probably need to spend a little bit of time on this, thinking about where you want people in your school to be going to get stuff for your particular subject. So please don't stick in primary resources on there. Okay.